Isn't it wonderful to be young? I mean, you don't think so at the time because you're just busting to be older. When someone asks how old are you, you say 8.5 because the half really seems to matter. When you're young, you're a little bit like a stem cell. You could go anywhere, do anything. It's all about potential. It's all about having fun, being silly and in the moment today. Look at Pepita there. How old are you, Pepita?
I'm 10
Really?
and a half.
Really? What a coincidence. I was 10.5 too once when I was your age and full of potential.
My sisters and I. This one's my brother Jock, the only boy in our family. First is Kathleen. She died when she was 2, so she's not really with us anymore. I call her my soul sister. Then Hazel, Jock, you've already met him, Joyce, Joan, Olga. There's a big gap of 4 years between Joan and Olga. Mum says that was because Dad was away at the war. But I don't know what she means by that. After Olga came Betty, Pepita, that's me. But I like to be called Peter. And last of all, Marie. I love them all, and I miss them so much sometimes it hurts. I'm in Melbourne, living at 10 Manning Road, East Malvern. And they're all at our farm in Corryong. And we've been separated for a whole year. Today, I'm going home! Aunt said I had to sit quietly until it was time to go to the station. But I'm too excited to sit still. I want to sing and dance. I'm so happy. I'm a good singer too. Once, when I was in the church choir, we sang Cobbles and Mussels, and the teacher said to hold on at the end. So when it came time to sing again, I went, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. When I stopped, everyone clapped. Do you like my dress? It's new. Aunt Fran took me to a dress shop when I first came to Malvern. I've got several pretty dresses and petticoats, and no one except me has ever worn them before. It's always hand-me-downs at home. Mum sews a dress for Olga. She wears the dress, then Betty, then me. Usually, by the time it gets to being Marie's turn, it's all worn out and Mum sews her a new dress. Once, I deliberately scuffed my shoes on the tar road. They'll have to buy me new ones now, I said to myself. But Mum said, you'll have to keep wearing those old ones, Pepita. There's just no money for new shoes, and the soles are still perfectly good. I was sent to stay with Aunt Fran to help with my education. She's Mum's sister and a matron at a hospital. It's just downstairs. babies are born there. When a baby is being born, one of the nurses takes me ice skating. And when we come back, there's a baby crying. I'm not sure how they get born though. Aunt doesn't have any children, and she said she wanted to adopt me. But I said I wanted to go home. I love Aunt Fran, and I do like it here with my own bed and proper shower. Not just a bath on Saturday night. School is good too. And I'm even learning Italian. Buongiorno. Buongiorno. But I want to be with my lovely, funny sisters and Mum and Dad. Home. I hope they still got that old camera. No film, but we pose in front of it and pretend to be different people. Another good game is quicksand. Our grandfather has this swampy place on his farm. When we go there, we jump off a log into the soft sand. It's scary because you sink up to your knees. But when you call out, quicksand, the others pull you out and you're safe. Or maybe we'll play tally-ho. It's the most wonderful game. Someone's it, and everyone else goes and hides a long way away and calls out, tally-ho, until they're found. There's lots of places to hide around the farm, and the paddocks, and the creek. There's trees and hollows. Once, Mari hid in the long grass and no one could find her. We all went home, worried what Mum would say about losing Mari. But when we went in, there she was, sitting up, eating bread and jam and laughing. That's the thing I like most about my sisters. They're always playing tricks. I didn't like this one trick though. On Christmas Eve, we always go into Corryong. Town is magic on Christmas Eve with lights and the band playing and people crowded in the streets and all of us chattering to our friends and wondering what will be in our stockings in the morning. I so much wanted a doll because I'd never had one of my own. Then I looked down and there was a pound note just lying there like a scrap of paper. I handed it in to our policeman, of course, and he said if no one claimed it, I could have it. Here's the trick part of the story. On Christmas morning, the only thing in my stocking was a letter. It said, Dear Pepita, you have been a very naughty child and won't be receiving any presents this year. Yours sincerely, Santa. I felt very sad and thought this was not a happy Christmas. Later, we went to church and all the other children were boasting about getting new clothes and sweets and cricket bats. I was too embarrassed to say that the only thing in my stocking was a letter from Santa saying I was a naughty child. So I blurted out, I got a pound note in my stocking so I can buy anything I want. Later, the policeman did give me the pound note because no one ever claimed it. But I didn't buy a doll. I gave it to Mum because she needed it most for our food. Oh, and it was Joan who wrote the letter from Santa. We recognised her writing. Aunt gave me £1 last Christmas and said I could buy anything I wanted. So, I bought a doll. She had a blue dress and shoes and a straw bonnet with tiny flowers. I'd like to be able to show you the doll, but I don't have her anymore. And this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. The man who delivers our post grabbed it from me a few weeks ago, yelled out, "I hate dolls," and smashed it against the wall. Aunt said I had to be understanding because the man had a mental disability. I don't understand why such things happen. Why does God give people such a horrible thing as a mental disability that makes them do bad things like smash dolls or start wars? Maybe he was in the Great War, like Dad. I love Dad so much, especially when he plays the piano accordion and I sing. Our favourite is, "Let's grow old together. We should worry about the weather, you and I." But sometimes he drinks too much and gambles, and Mum can't pay for the groceries. This makes her sad. Everyone's talking about another war, and Mum said in her last letter to Aunt Fran that she doesn't want a war because young men will have to go away to fight, and she doesn't want Jock fighting in one. I don't want him to go away to fight either. Jock doesn't like fighting. He just wants to be a farmer and stay in Corryong. I don't want him to become a soul brother like Kathleen. I've made a new paper doll chain to take home. I've added Mum and Dad to it because we'll all be together again. And that is the most important thing in the world to me.
Dearest little girl, I'd like to tell you, now that we're contented, let us try